There's a force within you, a powerful energy that you might be wasting every single day without even realizing it. This isn't just some abstract idea. It's real. It affects your energy levels, your mental clarity, and even your connection with the world around you. What you do with this energy defines way more than you think. What most people don't know is that this energy has the power to completely transform your life, physically, mentally, and spiritually. But the problem is most people don't even realize how far they're drifting from this potential. And maybe, without knowing it, you are too. What you're going to discover today isn't just a theory. It's something that could transform your life in ways you never imagined. Don't worry, I'm not talking about surface-level changes. I'm talking about an inner revolution, something that's going to touch areas of your life you didn't even know were being affected. But the most shocking thing is what happens inside your body and mind every time this energy is wasted. These effects aren't obvious. They're silent, subtle, but devastating. And once you understand what's really at stake, you'll realize you'll never want to go back. Every time you give in to this habit, you're losing something way more valuable than you realize. It's not just a physical thing. The impact goes beyond what the eyes can see. It affects your mind, your energy, and even your purpose. And the worst part? You don't even notice it's happening. Semen isn't just a fluid. It's a source of vital energy, an essence that holds the power to transform or destroy your connection with the world and yourself. But what happens when you waste this energy day after day? The answers are deeper and more disturbing than you think. This isn't just a simple video. It's the first step on a journey that's going to challenge you to rethink everything you thought you knew about yourself. In Taoist philosophy, there's something beyond what we can see or touch. Jing. It's the most precious essence of the human body. More than blood, more than breath, Jing is the foundation of our existence. Imagine something as fundamental as the air you breathe. Without it, your energy drains, your vitality fades, and little by little you feel an emptiness taking over. This isn't just some abstract idea. It's a truth that's crossed centuries and cultures. Now, what few people know is that every drop of semen your body produces is a concentrated form of this vital energy. It's not just a fluid, it's Jing in its purest form. But here's the crucial point. Every time you ejaculate, you're releasing this essential energy. And the more frequently this happens, the more drained you feel, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Ever noticed that unexplained fatigue, lack of focus, or even that feeling of emptiness? It might be your body, your soul, screaming for the energy that's been lost. On the other hand, preserving this energy changes everything. Semen retention isn't just a physical practice. It's a path to higher levels of consciousness, focus, and a deep connection with the universe around you. When you protect your Jing, something incredible happens. Your mind clears, your body strengthens, and more importantly, you feel a spiritual presence that goes beyond explanation. It's like you're ascending to a more powerful version of yourself. Frequent masturbation might seem harmless, but what's happening inside your body tells a very different story. Every time you ejaculate, your body has to work hard to replenish the lost semen. This isn't a simple process. Your body uses up essential nutrients, minerals like zinc and magnesium, and of course part of your Jing, your vital energy. The result? A silent physical depletion that builds up over time. Ever noticed feeling tired after masturbating? Or that lack of energy the next day? That's because your body is trying to recover from that loss. And the more frequent this habit is, the harder it becomes to maintain your vitality. Over time, this directly affects your physical performance. Activities that once seemed easy, like working out, playing sports, or even daily tasks, start to feel more demanding. Your body simply doesn't respond the same because it's constantly drained. But the impact doesn't stop at the physical level. Frequent masturbation also affects your hormonal balance, especially testosterone, the key hormone for energy, strength, and motivation. After ejaculation, testosterone levels drop, and this has a direct effect on your drive. Men with low testosterone often report feeling more tired, unmotivated, and even struggling to concentrate. It's like the world loses a bit of its color and simple tasks feel heavier. Now here's the interesting part. Studies show that after 7 days of retention, testosterone levels can increase by up to 145%. That's no small number. This increase has a direct impact on your energy, focus, and motivation. You feel stronger, more decisive, and with a mental clarity you might not have even thought possible. This hormonal balance doesn't just affect your body. It transforms how you approach life. You feel more confident, more present, and ready to face challenges that once seemed impossible. Every time you masturbate, especially with porn, your brain gets flooded with dopamine, the neurotransmitter responsible for pleasure and reward. At first, that dopamine rush makes you feel good. But the problem starts when this becomes a regular habit. The brain, being the master adapter it is, starts to get used to these artificial pleasure spikes. The result? Desensitization. Over time, the things that used to bring you joy just don't hit the same anymore. Simple pleasures like a good meal, hanging out with friends, or even personal achievements start to lose their shine. You get used to chasing that instant, intense gratification, and you stop appreciating the little moments that bring true, lasting happiness. This constant craving for stronger stimuli traps many people in cycles of addiction, not just to masturbation, but to other compulsive behaviors too. A brain rewired to seek easy pleasure struggles to find satisfaction in life's simple joys. One of the most alarming effects of frequent masturbation combined with porn consumption is porn-induced erectile dysfunction. When your brain gets conditioned to respond to explicit images and videos, it starts losing the ability to get aroused by real-life experiences. Intimate relationships, which should be based on emotional and physical connection with another person, become a challenge. Guys dealing with this often feel frustrated, embarrassed, and confused, not understanding why they can't perform the same way with a real partner. The brain has been wired to crave the unreal, making it hard to build genuine emotional and sexual bonds. This disconnect doesn't just mess with your sex life, it changes how you relate to people in general. Struggling to form real connections can lead to emotional isolation, hurting friendships, romantic relationships, and even your self-esteem. Excessive masturbation, especially when tied to porn, creates a cycle of isolation. You start pulling away from social interactions because chasing instant pleasure becomes an easy escape from daily struggles. Over time, this leads to a dangerous side effect: difficulty connecting emotionally with the people around you. What started as just a distraction turns into a barrier, keeping you from building meaningful relationships. And when loneliness sets in, it doesn't just affect your social life. It eats away at your mental health, fueling feelings of anxiety, depression, and lack of motivation. It's a vicious cycle. The more isolated you feel, the more you turn to masturbation for temporary relief. And the more you rely on that habit, the harder it gets to break free from that isolation. After realizing how frequent masturbation affects your body, mind, and spirit, you might be wondering, is there a way to reverse all this? The answer is yes. And more than that, there's a way to transform the very energy that used to drain you into a force that propels your life to the next level. Because the problem was never the sexual energy itself. The real challenge is how you handle it. When wasted, it drains you. But when controlled and directed, this energy can be the key to a fuller, more focused life, connected to your true potential. This is where practices of retention and sexual energy transmutation come in. We're not just talking about abstinence. We're talking about learning to master one of the most powerful forces within you. The first technique to retain this energy is ejaculation, which allows you to experience orgasm without releasing semen. This practice, rooted in ancient Taoist and Tantric traditions, shows that it's possible to feel maximum pleasure without the cost of losing vital energy. You reach the peak, but keep the fuel your body and mind need to perform at their highest levels. During ejaculation, sexual energy is preserved and redirected within the body, strengthening not just physical vitality, but also mental balance. It's like experiencing the best of both worlds, pleasure and the preservation of your inner strength. But it's not enough to just avoid losing the energy. You need to know how to direct it to nourish other areas of your life. Breath control and visualization are key techniques for this. Through conscious breathing, you can move sexual energy from the genitals throughout your body, allowing it to circulate and nourish your physical and mental systems. Think of it like a flow of energy rising up your spine, passing through your chest, lighting up your mind, and strengthening your spirit. This practice doesn't just keep you energized, it also brings a sense of calm, focus, and emotional balance. Now here's the most powerful secret: retaining the energy is just the beginning. The real power lies in transmuting that force into areas that truly matter in your life. Sexual energy, when not wasted, needs to be redirected towards something productive. It's like taking a strong current of water and guiding it to irrigate a fertile field instead of letting it drain away. You can transform this energy into superior physical performance. Feel the difference in your workouts, sports, and daily activities. The stored energy translates into strength and endurance. Artistic creativity. Many of the world's greatest artists and creators learn to channel this energy into their art, music, or writing. Inspiration flows when you're full of this inner force. Focus and productivity at work. This energy isn't just physical. It fuels your motivation, mental clarity, and ability to achieve goals that once seemed out of reach. When you learn to transmute your sexual energy, you unlock a power that goes far beyond what you imagined. It's the key to unleashing a stronger, more creative, and more focused version of yourself. After understanding the impact of masturbation and discovering the transformative power of sexual energy retention and transmutation, there's one inevitable question. How do I start putting all this into practice? The answer lies in a simple but powerful commitment: the 30-day No Masturbation Challenge. This challenge isn't just about quitting a habit. It's a test of self-mastery, discipline, and most importantly, an opportunity to feel, physically and mentally, the effects of preserving your vital energy. The 30-day challenge goes beyond abstinence. It's an invitation for a complete transformation of your body, mind, and spirit. The main goal is to retain your vital energy and consciously observe the changes that happen when you stop wasting it. During this period, you'll notice not just an increase in physical vitality, but also a new level of mental clarity and a deeper spiritual connection. For the challenge to be effective, it's important to track the changes closely. One of the best ways to do this is by keeping a journal. Write down how you feel each day, your energy levels, mood, focus, and even how you interact with others. These records will be crucial for you to see, over time, the real impact of this practice. During the challenge, you'll start noticing changes that go far beyond what you imagined. In the first few days, it might be tough. Your body and mind are used to the cycle of instant pleasure, and breaking that pattern takes willpower. But as the days go by, you'll begin to feel the true effects of retention: increased productivity and mental clarity. Your mind will feel sharper, your ideas clearer, and you'll notice a renewed focus on tasks that once felt tiring or difficult. Improved mood and decision-making. With your vital energy preserved, you'll feel more confident, calm, and balanced. Decisions that used to come with doubt and insecurity will now be made with certainty. Stronger personal magnetism and new opportunities. You'll start noticing people around you responding differently. Your presence will feel stronger, your charisma more noticeable, and new opportunities, whether in work, relationships, or personal life, will begin to appear. This challenge is more than just an experiment. It's the start of a journey of self-discovery and deep transformation, where you take control of your own energy and uncover the power that's always been within you. Throughout this journey, you'll start to realize that the impact of frequent masturbation and the loss of vital energy isn't just a personal issue. There's something bigger, a subtle, often invisible influence that shapes our behaviors and habits without us even realizing it. Is this constant exhaustion just a coincidence? Or are there external forces that benefit from our weakness? It's no secret that we live in an age of constant stimulation. Easy access to porn, social media, and other forms of entertainment isn't just about convenience. It can be a powerful tool of control. The entertainment industry, especially the porn industry, creates a dependency on instant, superficial pleasures. The more you consume, the more you want. And the more you want, the further you drift from your own inner power. This dependency isn't accidental. It keeps people trapped in cycles of physical and mental exhaustion, unable to tap into their true potential. While you're distracted by artificial stimuli, your vital energy is being drained, and with it, your ability to think critically, create, and connect with something greater. Now, imagine an entire society living like this, constantly distracted, weakened, and disconnected from their true potential. Who benefits from that? This is the kind of reflection many avoid, but it becomes impossible to ignore once you start reclaiming control over your own energy. In a world that encourages the waste of your vital energy, retaining semen is more than just a personal practice. It's an act of rebellion. When you decide not to follow the path of instant gratification, you're actually challenging a system that thrives on your exhaustion. You're saying no to a culture that values excess, distraction, and superficiality, and yes to self-awareness, personal power, and true spiritual connection. Retention is a form of empowerment. It's the moment you stop being a passive spectator in your own life and take the role of the protagonist. You stop being controlled by impulses and start living with intention, focus, and purpose. And this transformation goes beyond the individual. When more people awaken to the power of retention and sexual energy transmutation, it creates a wave of change that challenges the very system itself. A society made up of conscious, energized individuals. Connected to their true potential is a society that can't be easily manipulated. Up to this point, we've talked about how semen retention transforms your body, mind, and even how you relate to the world. But there's an even deeper level, the spiritual. When you preserve your vital energy, something extraordinary begins to happen. You don't just feel stronger and clearer. You start accessing parts of yourself that were dormant. Your consciousness expands, and you connect with a spiritual dimension that many people never experience. In many spiritual traditions, sexual energy is seen as the key to awakening Kundalini, a powerful spiritual force that resides at the base of the spine. Kundalini is described as a sleeping serpent coiled at the base of the spine. When activated, it rises up through the spine, passing through all the body's energy centers, or chakras, promoting an elevated state of consciousness. But here's the crucial point. This energy can only be safely and powerfully awakened when you retain and direct your sexual energy. Frequent masturbation, which drains your jing, prevents the Kundalini from rising. On the other hand, semen retention creates the perfect environment for this spiritual force to flourish. When Kundalini is activated, you begin to experience deep insights about life and your purpose. Spiritual ecstasy that goes beyond physical pleasure, a feeling of unity with the universe, as if everything is connected. This awakening isn't just a mystical experience. It transforms how you live, love, and relate to the world. But semen retention isn't an isolated practice. It can and should be integrated with other spiritual practices to enhance its effects. The energy accumulated through retention can be channeled into practices like deep meditation. With more energy flowing through your body, your meditations become more intense and transformative. You reach states of peace and clarity that once seemed out of reach. Tantra and spiritual connection through sex. Retention allows you to explore sex in a completely new way. Pleasure is no longer limited to ejaculation, but becomes a deep spiritual connection with your partner. Breathing practices and yoga. Retained. Sexual energy can be consciously moved through the body via specific breathing techniques and postures, strengthening not just the physical body, but also your energetic field. Over time, you realize that this accumulated energy isn't just an internal force. It becomes a channel for deeper spiritual experiences, a genuine connection with the universe and with what's truest within you. The path of sexual energy retention isn't easy. It requires discipline, self-awareness, and above all, a genuine desire for transformation. But the results go far beyond what you can imagine. You're not just changing habits. You're awakening an inner force capable of transforming every aspect of your life, physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. This journey isn't just about you, it's about reconnecting with your true potential, and through that, impacting the world around you. And it all starts with a choice, to preserve your energy and discover the power that's always been within you. Share your experience in the comments. Your words might inspire others going through the same situation. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content on spirituality and self-awareness. There's a lot more coming, and I want you with me on this journey. Big hug and God bless you and your family.